Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another broadcast. We are coming to you live from Spa. This is one of my favorite races, the longest race of the season in terms of track length. It's going to be interesting to see. They want us to finish third place or higher. We are really trying to get after the Mercedes. And I don't know if we're going to be able to catch them, to be honest. Let's see if we can't take a look at the point standings, if at all possible. I don't think actually, what am I talking about? Of course it is. So, I'm 155 points behind Lewis Hamilton. I don't think this is happening for catching them. And 165 points back in the Constructors. I don't think this is happening here either. So we're going to try to do the best that we can as a team. And we're going to cut research off, I believe, after Italy is when we can do it. So we're going to make that decision there and cut off the last portion of the season and work on the car for 2017. And we're going to try to take the fight to Mercedes going into 2017. We'll have the same car that we have currently in Australia next year, but which I think is stupid. I think other people have mentioned that. I think that's probably the worst thing that they have about this research and development. But I do think that it'll be good for us, seeing as, I don't think that'll be good for us, but I think the research points that we're going to get from cutting development, and I think hopefully 2017 they fix that, and once the season ends, you can work on the car. I personally just can't wait for 2017, F1 2017. I've been watching the 2017 season in real life so far, and it's just been so fantastic. I've enjoyed it so much so far. Sebastian Vettel now has 2 victories. I just finished watching the Bahrain Grand Prix, and Seb takes another victory. So they're off to Russia now in real life, so just absolutely thrilled with that. Ferrari takes the victory over Mercedes, and Ferrari looks to take the victory again over Mercedes. So we're going to hand it over to the announce team, and I hope you guys will enjoy this broadcast.
In the 48 races held at Spa between 1950 and 2015, the race winner has only started from pole position on 16 occasions. Qualifying yesterday may have set the order for today, but expect the unexpected here at the Belgian Grand Prix. As the saying goes, of course, anything can happen. And you know what? It usually does. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high quality racing as well. Simply put it, there really is no place quite like Spa. Anthony Davidson is alongside me in the commentary box to take you through all the action today. Now, it's a closely matched field here in Spa, Ant, so where do you think we're going to see somebody make a difference?
If they're as close as we're expecting them to be, especially through the midfield, then being able to keep the front tyres in good condition could make the difference. You always lose a chunk of downforce at the front when you're in the turbulent air of another car, which tends to cause understeer, which in turn causes front tyre degradation. Now, too much damage there could force an early pit stop and put you at a slight disadvantage, so the drivers will want to be careful not to be too aggressive early on in the Grand Prix.
You've done well to put it on pole, but we've still got work to do. Trying to cover the inside line off the start.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. It's Ferrari in pole position then, with Nico Rosberg alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo and Verstappen, Gutierrez, Perez, Hülkenberg and Valtteri Bottas, Sainz, Massa, Fernando Alonso and Button, Magnussen, Palmer, Daniel Kvyat and Roman Grosjean, Haryanto and Wehrlein, Marcus Ericsson, and Felipe Nasser starts from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
System checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap. Your radar is showing that light rain will start falling out on track very soon, around 2 minutes, till we see rain. Is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights. considering switching to an alternate strategy? Do you want to change or stick to plan A? Okay, copy that. I think we're still on the right tyres for the time being. Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available. It's not a perfect situation, but I don't think we have cause to move on to a different tyre yet. Go now. You have 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining in the strategy. The tyre situation is pretty touch and go right now. We think the slicks may still be quicker, but it's very close, and you're going to struggle to keep them in the temperature window. The inters are ready when you need them. Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap. We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one? Understood. Copy that. Exit now. Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres. DRS has been disabled by the stewards. DRS will be offline. Alonso's leading the race. The drivers we're racing are Ricardo and Verstappen. Kimi is in the pits. Kimi is pitting. We've pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down. Are you alright? Engine off, engine off.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack. And having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
It's got to be Romain Grosjean. He was in another league for me today. Really impressive.
On to the constructors then. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye and see you again next time.
To be honest, that was about the result I was expecting once I realized that it was going to rain. I do not fare well at En Rouge in the rain. I don't understand why. I don't know what I'm doing that is so different, but I just don't do well. Doesn't matter what happens. If it's raining in Spa, I end up wrecking almost every time. So it's a downside, but we'll move on. We're gonna head on to Monza, and that actually should be a decent event for us, I think. So it's definitely a race that I want to win. I'm sure Kimi wants to win. We both want to win the race for Ferrari, as it is the home event. So we'll see what we can pull off, but it's kind of good to see that we got 2 in a row. We're really starting to build the team the way it needed to be. And I was concerned, with Haas that, I'd max it out and I wouldn't be able to go any further. I'd max it out, and then the Red Bulls and the Ferrari and Mercedes would just pass me right back by, and I'd be right back where I was with the Haas. And that's why I took this chance, and they've decided to, okay. Wow, and Sauber too. So let's take a look at this. So Haas now jumps McLaren, and they're right up there almost. They're actually pretty close. Sauber just trying to do something to get going in the right direction. We actually, I'm kind of surprised to where well, really not, because we were already the second fastest car at the beginning of the season. So, we are here in Monza. This, I believe, is our last race that we're going to have with research and development. So we'll see what we can pull out of the bag. Maybe we can get some chassis weight, maybe some drag, maybe both, depending on how this race goes. We'll see. But either way, once we get to Singapore, I believe it is. Yes. That'll be it. Actually, I think we can't cease until after Singapore. So we'll see. But thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next time for the Italian Grand Prix.